I'm joined now by CBS News political correspondent Ed O'Keefe. Ed, a new poll out today finds that 80% of voters believe things in the country are out of control. Now, that's not the traditional right track, wrong track question. Out of control. How does this perception fit into President Trump and Joe Biden's campaign?
Well, it's certainly become a big part of what they're both talking about in very different ways. For the president, he's taken on sort of the 1968 Nixon-style law and order vibe. In fact, just tweeting those words several times in recent days, suggesting that he's getting tough on crime, but he's been avoiding direct questions about whether or not he thinks there's systemic racism in law enforcement or in government, what he would do to address the concerns of protesters in the streets. Joe Biden, on the other hand, has been speaking out about this, and on Monday is flying to Houston for a private meeting with the family of George Floyd, a sign that he expects to continue talking about and highlighting concerns about the needs for police reform and to deal with the broader issues of racism.
Former Secretary of State and General Colin Powell announced he's not supporting President Trump's re-election. He did not support it in 2016 either. James Mattis, John Kelly, both retired generals and former top officials in the Trump administration, have also raised concern about President Trump's leadership and his inability, in some cases his unwillingness, they say, to unite the country. How does this resonate with voters?
Well, it certainly will resonate with military veterans and those in the force right now who revere and may take cues in many ways from current and former military leaders. There are reports that people like George W. Bush and Cindy McCain, the wife of the late senator, aren't going to support him either. That isn't necessarily a surprise, but it will perhaps create some space for independents or moderate Republicans who don't necessarily want him to be president again to support him. And I can tell you, based on my reporting, the Biden campaign is less concerned with winning over Republicans than they are in making sure that younger liberal voters who had supported Bernie Sanders are voting for Joe Biden in November.
Ed O'Keefe, thanks so very much.